Today, we're diving deep into Vice President Kamala Harris's views on U.S. policy toward China. As you may know, President Joe Biden has officially withdrawn from the presidential race, making Harris the Democratic frontrunner with his endorsement and that of several senior Democrats. If elected, many believe Harris would continue the Biden administration's foreign policy strategies, particularly in managing the crucial and often tense relationship with China. Let's break down her stance on various aspects of this relationship and what it could mean for the future. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. When Kamala Harris first took office as vice president, she was seen by many as a novice in foreign policy. Her background as a U.S. Senator and California Attorney General provided her with a strong foundation in domestic issues, but global affairs were relatively new territory. However, over the past 3.5 years, Harris has made significant strides in this area. According to the White House, she has visited over 19 countries and met with more than 150 foreign leaders. This extensive travel and diplomatic engagement have given her valuable experience and insights into global politics, particularly U.S.-China relations. One of the key areas Harris is focused on is the economic relationship between the U.S. and China. In September 2023, she attended the ASEAN Summit in Jakarta, Indonesia, where she addressed U.S.-China relations on CBS's Face the Nation. Harris emphasized that the U.S. strategy is not about decoupling from China, but about de-risking. She stated, it's not about pulling out, but it is about ensuring that we are protecting American interests and leading in terms of the rules of the road. This approach reflects a nuanced strategy aimed at balancing engagement with protective measures for American economic interests. Harris highlighted China's economic challenges and the growing hesitancy among American business leaders to invest in China due to concerns about stability and adherence to international norms. This indicates a shift towards a more cautious and calculated engagement with China, focusing on safeguarding U.S. interests while maintaining essential economic ties. During the same interview, Harris acknowledged China's economic downturn, saying it's no secret that China is experiencing economic problems. She noted that American business leaders are increasingly cautious about investing in China, preferring countries that adhere to international laws and provide a stable environment for long-term investments. Harris's comments suggest a broader understanding that China may no longer be the most reliable option for stable investments, reflecting a significant shift in U.S. economic strategy. Harris's approach to international aid also reflects her stance on China's growing influence. During her visit to Africa in March 2023, she held a news conference with Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema, where she called for all bilateral official creditors to provide a meaningful debt reduction for Zambia. This was a veiled reference to China, Zambia's largest foreign creditor. However, Harris stressed that the U.S. presence in Africa was not solely about countering China, but about fostering genuine development partnership. This approach indicates a strategic yet balanced view of China's role in international aid and debt relief. Harris's first significant diplomatic interaction with China's leader, President Xi Jinping, occurred at the APEC summit in Bangkok in 2022. During their brief talks, she emphasized the importance of maintaining open lines of communication to responsibly manage the competition between the two countries. This reflects a commitment to diplomatic engagement and dialogue, even as tensions rise. One of the most sensitive issues in U.S.-China relations is Taiwan. In September 2022, during a meeting with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, Harris reaffirmed the U.S. commitment to supporting Taiwan and opposing any unilateral actions that seek to change the status quo. The White House stated that Harris underscored the importance of preserving peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, which is crucial for a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Later that month, during a visit to Japan, Harris addressed China's provocations in the East China Sea, South China Sea, and across the Taiwan Strait. Speaking aboard the destroyer Us Howard at Yokosuka Naval Base, she highlighted the disturbing behavior and provocations by China, reinforcing the U.S. commitment to regional security and stability. Harris has also been vocal about China's aggressive actions in the South China Sea. During her visit to Japan, she condemned China's undermining of the international rules-based order. She stated, China has challenged the freedom of the seas and has flexed its military and economic might to coerce and intimidate its neighbors. Harris made it clear that the U.S. would continue to fly, sail, and operate undaunted and unafraid wherever and whenever international law allows. This strong stance underscores the U.S. commitment to defending international maritime rights and maintaining a significant military presence in the region. If Kamala Harris becomes president, her experience as vice president and senator will significantly influence her domestic policies. She has been a strong advocate for federal workforce issues, leading a White House task force to support labor rights and unionization. Under her leadership, the number of federal employees who are dues-paying union members increased by 20. Harris has also played a key role in developing policies to eliminate discriminatory pay practices and establish safeguards for the use of artificial intelligence in government. Harris has taken a proactive stance on reproductive rights, especially in response to the Supreme Court's decision overturning Roe v. Wade. She has advocated for policies that support federal employees seeking reproductive health care. Additionally, Harris has a history of pushing for greater oversight and accountability in federal law enforcement. Following the police murder of George Floyd in 2020, she was an original co-sponsor of the Justice and Policing Act, which proposed common sense solutions to hold police accountable, such as requiring federal law enforcement officers to wear body cameras and use de-escalation techniques. During her time as a senator, Harris was known for her sharp questioning of witnesses and her focus on federal management issues. She was a member of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, where she frequently challenged Trump administration officials on their policies. For example, during a 2018 hearing with then Office of Personnel Management Director Jeff Pone, she questioned the administration's proposal to fold OPM into the General Services Administration and the White House's executive office. Harris raised concerns about who would ensure HCR decisions adhered to merit-based principles rather than political considerations if OPM were eliminated. In conclusion, Kamala Harris's views on U.S. policy toward China reflect a balanced approach of strategic engagement, economic protectionism, and a commitment to international norms. Her extensive experience as vice president has equipped her with the knowledge and skills to navigate one of the most complex and consequential relationships in global politics. If she becomes president, it's likely she will continue the Biden administration's policies while bringing her unique perspective and priorities to the forefront. Harris's stance on China is multifaceted, addressing economic relations, regional security, international aid, and diplomatic communication. Her approach aims to protect American interests while maintaining a cautious but engaged relationship with China. As we look forward to the 2024 presidential election, Harris's policies and strategies will be critical in shaping the future of U.S.-China relations and the broader geopolitical landscape. So, what do you think about Harris's views on China and her potential presidency? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses on the latest political developments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time